When Tesla first started going mainstream, there was this collective feeling that you were buying something fundamentally different. No oil, valves, spark plugs, or any of the classic problems. Buy it, charge it, and drive. Then, a few years passed, the cars got older. And it turned out that Tesla is genuinely great at saving you money on certain things, and absolutely spectacular at taking it right back in ways you never saw coming. You might be mentally prepared for the battery, which makes sense. But when your door handles stop working, your headlights fog up like a bathroom mirror after a shower, and your suspension starts making noises, that's the moment when you realize you've just bought a regular car that happens to run on electricity. So today we're doing an honest tier list of Tesla problems, ranked purely by financial pain. From mildly annoying to I'm one repair bill away from becoming a Lexus person. Let's start at the bottom, because the real wallet damage comes gradually. First up, condensation inside the headlights. This isn't even a Tesla exclusive problem. Plenty of modern cars get moisture inside their headlights. But Tesla gets so many complaints about it that at this point it's basically a brand feature, except on the newer models. If a headlight fogs up on a 10-year-old Chevy Equinox, nobody cares. But when it happens on a Tesla, there are two types of owners. The first type would take 17 photos and post a 400-word thread on Reddit, while the second type would not mind even if their headlight would eventually turn into a fish tank. In most cases, it's not even that serious. Sometimes the moisture clears on its own. Sometimes you replace a seal. Sometimes Tesla handles it under warranty. Next, interior squeaks and rattles. This one hurts Tesla's reputation more than it would hurt other brands, purely because of expectations. When you're driving a car with a giant touchscreen, over-the-air updates, and autopilot, you expect it to feel accordingly. And then you hit a bumpy stretch on the 405 highway, and suddenly your center console sounds like a bag of Legos. Early Model 3s and Model S had it. The Model X basically came with a complimentary interior percussion section. Door panels, the center console, random interior trim, each one adding its own little sound effect. To be fair, Tesla has improved here over the years. What's ironic is that some legacy automakers are actually getting worse on this front. I recently drove in a brand new Mercedes Maybach. Genuinely flawless sound insulation. And in that silence, you could hear every single interior creak in high definition, which is somehow more depressing than just hearing road noise. Last in D tier, water leaks and seal issues, post-wash surprises, water in the trunk after rain, clogged drains. Not catastrophic, just weird for a car that's supposed to feel premium and futuristic. A lot of these issues show up after someone takes their Tesla to a body shop that fills and paints over everything, including the drain channels. Then suddenly there's water in the taillight housing. If you're getting body work done on a Tesla, take it somewhere who actually knows what they're doing. And as a side note, our contacts are in the description box below, in case you need quality work. The 12-volt battery. This one has become legendary in Tesla owner circles. A massive battery across the whole car, modern technology, and a space-age interface. And the car can completely lose its mind because of a tiny little 12-volt battery failing. Warning messages, weird behavior, features going offline. And the worst case scenario, you walk up to your car and it just doesn't respond. The door won't open. Nothing. The issue evolved over time. Early Teslas didn't stay awake the way they do now. Then Sentry mode and constant connectivity became standard, but the software wasn't yet smart enough to properly monitor the 12-volt battery health. That's actually why Tesla eventually switched newer models to a 16-volt lithium-ion setup. The old lead acid just wasn't built for always-on live. Cameras and parking sensors. When they're clean, they work great. But a few years in, you start getting camera error messages, weird phantom alerts. Autopilot would not engage. Replacing these parts isn't cheap, and since Tesla relies so much on its cameras, even a small breakdown can cost you a lot of money. The MCU and eMMC flash memory on old Teslas. The early media control units, particularly on Model S, had a flash memory chip that would gradually wear out from constant log writing. Your car was literally writing itself to death. The infotainment would start freezing, lagging, rebooting, going to a black screen. The fix was either replacing the worn eMMC chip on the original MCU or upgrading the whole unit to MCU2. Suspension. This is where Tesla starts quietly building a reputation as an expensive car to own. The vehicles are heavy, significantly heavier than comparable gas cars, and that weight affects the suspension components. Add in massive wheels, potholes, and the fact that electric torque hits instantly rather than building up, and you've got accelerated wear. Upper control arms and bushings are common casualties. The real problem is that people buy Teslas expecting zero maintenance. We always say a Tesla is a low-maintenance car, but suspension checks are something you just shouldn't ignore. People skip the checks they'd normally do on a BMW or a Range Rover and then wonder why things fall off at 60,000 miles. We've seen 10-year-old Teslas where the suspension has never been touched, not once. If owners treated it like a regular German car and had it checked every couple years, a lot of these complaints would disappear. The drive shaft shudders on early Model S and especially Model X. This affected basically every single one of those cars. There's no version that doesn't have it. Owners just learned to live with it. Tesla tried to address it through suspension revisions and changing the drive angle geometry, but it never fully went away in all pre-refreshed generations of the Model S and Model X. The good news, newer models don't have this issue at all. The AC compressor. This one surprises a lot of people. Only 70,000 miles. Why is my compressor failing? Because miles are the wrong metric for a Tesla compressor. In a normal car, the AC compressor runs when you're driving and have the AC on. In a Tesla, the compressor runs during charging, runs to cool the battery pack, runs to protect the cabin temperature when the car is parked in the sun under the cabin overheat protection setting. So your Tesla can be sitting in a parking lot in Burbank in August, not being driven at all, and the compressor is grinding away for hours. You could buy a used Tesla with 40,000 miles on it and find a compressor that's been running almost continuously for 5 years. The compressor becomes a consumable part, except the price of that consumable is very much not consumable level. Tires. This is the one that new Tesla owners consistently underestimate, and we mention it so often I've lost count. Heavy car plus instant torque plus aggressive acceleration equals tires that wear out faster than you'd ever expect, coming from a normal car. We see cars come into our shop with tires that are already dangerous, worn down to the cords. And if you add misaligned camber, a heavy Tesla with bad alignment will destroy an expensive set of tires in no time. This is especially true if you're running larger wheels. Check your alignment regularly. The second generation air suspension on Model S and Model X, roughly 2016 through 2020, this generation has a noticeably worse reputation than the original Tesla air suspension, which is a bit ironic because the first generation was over-engineered to the point of being almost indestructible. The original airbags lasted longer than the springs and shocks around them. Then Tesla decided to upgrade the system, and the new components were significantly more sensitive to rough roads, curbs, hard impacts, and aggressive driving, especially on a heavy Model X being driven hard. Second generation Model S headlights and the LED daytime running light failures. The signature LED eyelash strips on that generation had a frustrating habit of burning out unevenly, partially or in patches. It happened to a large number of those cars. The earlier headlights didn't have this problem at scale. The newer Matrix headlights don't either, but that middle generation is consistently problematic. But the main issue is that in a Tesla, you can't just swap a bulb for 20 bucks. The whole headlight assembly has to be replaced, and Tesla headlight assemblies cost what they cost. Before we get into this section, quick reminder that we now have the EV Motional Club, a membership for people who want more of this content. Bonus videos, early access, extra stuff that doesn't always make it to the main channel. The link is next to the subscribe button. Alright, A tier. The category where Tesla ownership stops being a lifestyle and starts being a financial event. High voltage battery. Tesla batteries are not dropping dead en masse at 100,000 miles. The internet loves this narrative and it's exaggerated. Plenty of high-mileage Teslas have perfectly healthy batteries with normal degradation. But if you do land in the category of real battery problems, you've found the most expensive repair in the entire Tesla ecosystem. The issue isn't that it happens all the time. It's what the bill looks like when it does. The drive unit, particularly on older Model S and any performance version. If you're not sure which specific configurations had the best and worst motors, we've covered that in detail in one of our previous videos. The link should appear in the right top corner. And the A-tier crown goes to undercarriage battery damage. This is the one nobody thinks about until it's too late. Tesla is heavy. The battery pack sits low and flat underneath the car. And some owners neglect ground clearance. When something solid hits that battery pack from below, you enter the most expensive chapter of Tesla ownership. Finding footage of burning Teslas online takes about 4 seconds, but to be statistically honest, BMWs catch fire significantly more often and nobody cares. A Tesla fire gets 1 million views. The attention is completely disproportionate to the actual risk. But the undercarriage impact damage, that one's genuinely worth mentioning. The real problem with Tesla comes down to expectation versus reality. People buy these cars believing they've opted out of car ownership headaches, and then they discover that a heavy, complex, technology-packed vehicle is still a vehicle. The physics don't care about the software updates. One more thing worth saying, the majority of the serious problems we talked about today are concentrated in older generations. The newer cars have fixed a lot of this, so if you want, we could do another tier list, but instead of ranking problems, we rank the actual Tesla models in years. We can cover which generations are more reliable compared to others. See you in the next one. Bye.